Okay, question number 2 is the kind of question that we want to see all students getting correct. It's a very basic question, however, we need to read carefully to make sure we know what's being asked. So the perimeter of the triangle below, we've got the perimeter of a triangle, so that's side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3. And the total perimeter is 6x plus 60. So the sides, AB is 5x minus 10. AC is 9x minus 40. And BC is x plus 20. Don't do the problem yet. Make sure you read it all. Determine how much bigger AC is than BC. So it says BC is bigger. No, sorry, AC is bigger. BC is not as big. So we're actually going to be looking for AC minus BC as our answer. Sorry, I forgot to label these. On this problem, if you don't label the triangle, you should still be able to do it very well. We have all the information we need here. So now let's add the sides and combine like terms. So how much x do we have? We have 5x plus 9x is 14x, plus one more x is 15x. Then how much constant do we have? We have negative 10 minus 40 more, so negative 50. Negative 50 plus 20, we have minus 30. And that equals 6x plus 60. So this should really be very straightforward. Let's now use inverse operations. So we'll subtract 6x from both sides. We'll say 15x minus 6x is 9x. Let's add 30 to both sides and say 60 plus 30 is 90. Finally, divide both sides by 9, and we're left with x equals 10. And some students will say that the answer is 10. That's why we wrote down ahead of time that we're not looking for x, we're looking for the difference between AC and BC. So let's find AC. AC is 9x minus 40. 9 times 10 is 90. 90 minus 40 is 50. So my AC is 50. BC is x plus 20. X is 10, so 10 plus 20 is 30. So my answer is 50 minus 30 feet is 20. And remember, these are feet. And there you've just done it. Great job. Problem number 3. Use this diagram. Determine the equation of AC in slope-intercept form. So here I get a reminder that I'm looking for mx plus b. Now let's see if I can figure out a slope for AC. So this is the coordinate negative 10, 10. I'm going to actually sketch it right here so the writing is easier to see. That's A. And then C is at 0, 5. So that's like here. And we're thinking about, as we read to the right, how far up or down do we go? So we're going from y equal 10 to y equal 5. So that's down 5. Then we're going from x equal negative 10 to x equals 0. That's right 10. So we have down 5 as we go right 10. That's negative 5 over 10. That's negative 1/2. Now, mx plus b should be easy here because we ought to be able to see the y-intercept. For AC, the y-intercept is at y equal 5. So we have our m and we have our b. So our answer, y equals negative 1/2 x plus 5. Determine the equation of BD, now in point slope form. So again, we need to find the slope. And now, instead of going down, as we go to the right, BD increases. So this is a move up 5 as you go right 10. So this is a slope of positive 5/10, or positive 1/2. And now we want y equals 1/2 times x. Now we need to, oh, I'm sorry, you can't see that. We found our slope of 1/2. And now we need to bring a coordinate in. So I'm going to use this coordinate B. The coordinate B is at 0, 10. So this is going to look a little bit weird because if the x value of the coordinate is 0, then that could be x minus 0. That could also be x plus 0. It's going to be the same. And then up 10. So plus 10, and that's one answer. If you wanted to use the coordinate D, which is at negative 10, 5, it would look like this. We'll do this in red. Y equals slope of 1/2 still. And now we're going left 10. X plus 10. And then up 5, plus 5. So both of these are correct answers. You don't need them both. You only need one of them. Are the lines AC and BD parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Justify your answer. Okay, so here's AC, here is BD. They are not parallel because they intersect. Now, to see if they are perpendicular, we need to look at their slopes. So we already have both slopes. Okay, so the slope of AC equals negative 1/2. You found that up here. Then the slope of BD equals positive 1/2. Now be careful. For us to have perpendicular lines, we need slopes that are opposite reciprocal. So opposite trying to improve the focus. Thank you. So opposite meaning the sign changes. So from negative to positive, we have opposite. But reciprocal meaning we flip the fraction. So we would look for 2 in the numerator. We don't have reciprocal, so these are not perpendicular. Because slopes are not opposite reciprocal. Okay, determine the area of ABCD. So we've got the area of a rectangle equals length times width. And our length is 5. Our width is 10. So this is 50 square units. Then finally, the area of triangle ADC. So this one is tricky. This is base times height divided by 2. So if we look at triangle ADC, it looks something like this. And this distance, the base, is 5. But you have to look carefully to see that the height is also 5 units. So that means we're looking at 5 times 5 over 2. We're looking at 25 over 2, or 12.5 units squared. We're done with numbers 2 and 3. Great job.